Okay, so now my simulation is complete and I have all the output files from my new dataset with history only and restart records. So the first thing I'm going to do is just to make a quick check on the log file just to check how the simulation ran. So now I can confirm here that this simulation has run from the 1st of January 2003, which is the starting of the historical period, and the simulation ran until the 1st of January 2020, which is the end of the historical period. So the next thing I can check is that all the restart records have been effectively written in the output file. And one quick way to do that is you can make a quick inspection into the .out file, which is another output generated during the simulation run. So if I open my .out file in cedit and I make a quick search for restart, I can see that the simulator is starting to write restart records into the outputs. So this is the very first time step. But if I go down a little bit further, I can see now that for the 1st of February 2003, there are already three restart records written in the output file. So that way I can confirm that the restart records have been effectively written in my outputs. So I'm going to close cedit now. So there we have. Now we have a simulation run with history only and all the restart records in the SR3 output file. Now the next question is, how can I use these restart records in a prediction case? So what I'm going to do now is, here in Launcher, I'm going to reopen the same dataset with Builder. And now I'm going to make few additional changes into that dataset in such a way that will allow me to run prediction cases without rerunning the historical period again. So the first thing I'm going to do is to move the stop card from the 1st of January 2020, which is what we did in the previous step. And I'm going to keep the original stop card, which is set at the 1st of January 2030. So basically now I'm going to allow this simulation to run for 10 years of prediction. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to save this dataset with a new name, and I'm going to call it, in my case, prediction only. Okay, and I'm going to save this dataset. Now I'm going to use the restart records that we previously created. In order to do that, what I'm going to go is into the input-output control section of my model, and then I'm going to double-click on restart again. But this time I'm going to select this option at the very top of this menu, which is the option that allows me to restart this simulation from a previous simulation run. And then Builder will allow me to search for the SR3 file that I want to read those restart records from. So I'm going to select the SR3 file that we just created with the history only case, and then I'm going to click open. And then in this drop down menu here, what I can see is a long list of all the restart records that are available in that SR3 file. And the reason for this is, if you remember, in the historic simulation, I selected the option to write a restart records at every time or date available into the dataset. So therefore, I have a long list of restart records to select from. In this case, I'm going to select the restart records 236, which corresponds to the 1st of January 2020, which, if you remember, is the end of the historical period. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to run this new prediction case from the 1st of January 2020, until the 1st of January 2030 for 10 years of forecast only. So I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to save. And then I'm going to close Builder. Now I'm going to do, now I have my new data set for prediction only. I'm going to make a quick inspection of this data set with cEdit. And now I can see at the very top of the data set, I can confirm that this new data set is reading the SR3 file of the previous simulation run, and that this simulation also is going to use the restart 336, which corresponds to the 1st of January 2020. Okay, and the other thing, if I now check where my stop car is, I can confirm that this simulation will run all the way till the 1st of January 2030. Okay, so I'm going now to close cEdit, and the next thing for me to do is just to run this simulation. So I'm going to drag and drop my new data set for prediction only into IMEX, and I'm going to run the simulation. Okay, so now my simulation is complete. I can see the SR3 file and the output file. So one thing I'm going to do quickly is just to open the log file of this prediction only case with cEdit, so I can quickly check that my simulation effectively ran from the 1st of February 2020, which is the end of my historical period, and it ran all the way till the 1st of January 2030. So basically I managed to run this simulation for the 10 years of prediction only. One additional thing to mention is that even in cases when you use a restart record, for instance, for a prediction case like this one, when you look at the results, you will be able to visualize also the historical period in results. I will show you that quickly with this example. If I upload my SR3 file into results, here I have it, and then I go, for instance, to see a production plot at field level, I can see that even this is the case prediction only, I can also visualize all the historical production data in the same SR3 file. So this is at field level, and I can just show you, just as an example, one of the wells, for example. This is one well, so I have all my historical production period, and then I have my forecast period as well. I'm going to close result. So, in this last slide, what I wanted to mention is that when you see the CMG manual, you will find that there are a few alternative ways to define or use the restart record in the simulation. You can use either the number of the restart records, which is what we have done in this example. You can set a specific time in days that defines the restart record that you are going to use, or you can use a specific date as a restarting point as well. And that takes me to the end of this video, as this is all I wanted to show you. I hope you found this information useful. Please remember, the same methodology can be used with any of the CMG simulators. As you have seen, it's completely independent, since you can create and use restart records via Builder or cEdit. For any feedback, questions, or any further support requests, please feel free to get in touch at support@cmgl.ca. Many thanks for your attention, and have a nice day.